What is going on, guys? I wanted to show you a full walk around video of my 2022 KOH car, potentially 2023. I'm not exactly sure. Custom built at Rocky Mountain Spray Liners. I just wanted to go in an in-depth review and give you exactly, a lot of people ask a lot of questions about this car and want to know the inner details and what's going on with it, why it looks so long. Is it a four-seater? So I figure I could just make a video about it, and that would definitely help out. And keep in mind, I just raced this car at, what race was it? Stampede and Ultra 4. So it is a little banged up. Like, as you can see, the HCR rock slider is broken and some other stuff. But we are getting ready to get into our prep for our next race. At Stampede and Ultra 4, we did take home the first place. And we did take home the win in Moab. So this car is a winning vehicle. So let me just jump right into it. This car started out as an RS1, single seat, bottom bare chassis. And from there, we took it and we stretched it. So we took the bare chassis at the bottom, we cut a tube right here, and we lengthened the whole entire thing, stretched it 19 inches. So now it has a wheelbase of 102 inches. All the suspension on this car is a Turbo S with, I believe, the RS1 hookups. So the RS1 and the Turbo S share a very similar front suspension package. So it's pretty similar to, it's pretty simple to change these adaptations. You can call HCR, they'll hook you up, they'll get you the right stuff. So all Turbo S suspension, all Fox shocks, from the Turbo S. So George at Double E builds these, Fox makes the shock, George tunes them, has NOS adjusters in them. These are pretty awesome, quite a bit of adjustment in there. We took the live valve out of it and put the NOS into it. Has RCV axles all the way around. So RCVs, have great luck with them. We also have ZRP front knuckles, and we also have ZRP chromoly hubs. Has stock brakes on it. This car is set up to run 32s or 35s, and it does well with both. 32s on it for most of the other races. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have a custom exhaust built. RMS built this for this car. The heart of the entire car is a Pro XP engine and a Pro XP drivetrain. So Pro XP turbo, engine, tranny. The thing rips. All custom intake, everything. We have the TPR, crankcase vent. What else is going on here? All custom built intake, custom built intake pipe off the turbo side. ZRP fuel rail. So my fuel system on here is it's a Holley pump. And then it is a Aeromotive regulator. Works really good. Haven't had any issues. The car on the dyno made 221 to the wheels. Mark Queen tuned it on his dyno in Lake Havasu. So it rips pretty good. It hauls the mail. PRP seats, if you want to go into the cab. PRP seats and nets. These nets are awesome. So here's the cab. Like I said, we just raced it. It's kind of dirty, so don't hold me to it. So here's the gauge cluster. Set that up on the dash. We also have our belt temp over there, which is really, really nice. Lead nav, we have the 12.9 inch lead nav iPad that goes in there. Super nice. So everyone says you cannot hook up a 12.9 iPad and run lead nav without it running out of charge, even the people from lead nav. So I created my own method and it works. And so you can tell those guys to F off because they said it can't be done. So I just bought an inverter from Walmart, slapped that baby in there, and it charges my iPad and it runs perfect. So anyone who tells you that you cannot run a 12.9 iPad and charge it is a liar. So let's see, or they don't know what they're talking about. So our fuel cell sits behind us. We have 18 gallons, well, a little over 18 gallons. Shifters right there, all the gauges, rugged radios. What else? PRP steering wheel, e-power steering for our power steering unit. Stock Turbo, or it's a Pro XP diff, but Pro XP Turbo S, basically the same thing. Shock therapy rack, ZRP tie rods. I'm trying to think what else. We also have ZRP rear hubs, chromoly knuckles, ZRP upper bars. Let's see if I can get back here. ZRP upper radius rods, stock lowers. I like the stock steel lowers. They seem to be really good. Radius rod plate, ZRP. Again with the RCV axles. Fully built transmission by myself. I use some cryo heat parts, and I do some of my own modifications. If you guys need any transmission work, let me know. I might be able to hook you up if we have time in between races. Full factory UTV skid underneath. This is probably the most imperative thing about the car. You know, it really needs to, I mean, especially in the racing that we do, it's got to hold up. And factory UTV has been with us for a while, and they do a really good job. Assault mirrors on the corners, those work pretty good actually. This car has actually been rolled, and they've held up really well. So trying to think what else the car has that I could go into detail. It's got a lot of good stuff on it. Like I said, it's already a winning car, and we're super happy with it. We got the dry brake system for fast fuel. I took the stock radiators. I've never had luck with the CBR radiators, so I just took the stock stuff and put it in there. And yeah, it's an absolute animal to drive. We had some shock issues at the beginning just because it's a new concept of a car, but I believe we have it all worked out, and man, it rips. Let's see. We have Sandcraft motor mounts all the way around, RCV drive shaft. So I don't know if you can see that in there. They're black boot now, or black cover. So RCV everything drive shaft related. They make an excellent product and really do a good job. There's usually a worn winch attached to that. This car has a Turbo S front clip that we put on it, and it looks awesome. Like, the car looks insane. Everyone always asks, what is it? Why is it stretched? You know, what's crazy is the car to that point right there is literally only 5'4" tall. It is so low to the ground. Like, in the car, you sit on the floor basically. There's only enough room for the drive shaft to clear. Battery disconnect, Odyssey battery. We're probably going to switch that to a lithium here before soon. And like right here is where all the air goes into the clutch ducting, and that thing sucks a crazy amount of air. What's really cool is we closed all this off, so all the air has to go through the radiators. If we take off one of these panels, this car will run 10 degrees hotter. It's pretty insane. I mean, the engineering that went behind this thing has a lot of thought, a lot of time behind it to make sure it runs really good. And it runs amazing. You know, no belt temps, no overheating issues. You can see our rugged radios pumper in there, keeping us with the fresh air. I mean, it kills it. The KMC wheels always keeping us fresh. I mean, I've never broke a KMC wheel. I'm really fortunate to have them on board and appreciative. Our HCR suspension, you know, everyone knows they're a staple. They're one of the best suspension companies you can find. So right now in the shop, we have a buddy's car. We're working on some front diff stuff. Gonna do just some tune-up stuff on this bad boy. Really cool, really cool car. Should be get it back together. I think he tore up the front diff on it. Let's see if we can get in here. A little bit of metal in there. Some stuff going on. The dowel pin broke off. You know, bent rings and stuff like that. So overall, that's basically the car. If you guys have any questions, leave them down there in the comment section. Once again, Turbo RS1, Pro XP Turbo RS1, 72 inches wide, long travel. Car absolutely rips, and everyone asks about it, so I figure I'd make a video for you guys. Like I said, let me know in the comments below, and we will get that answered and get you figured out. Peace out.